This is a brief training video to get you ready for the group IEP case study assignment, as well as the individual case study assignment that you're going to have next week. In front of you, you see the case study that we're going to be using for this group case study, Burt Down. I want you to read this case study and get information out of it, but I want you to ignore all the behavioral aspects. This class does not focus on behavior. So I want you to actually pretend that behavior is not an issue for this child. Also, keep in mind that here is the student's IQ. You're going to need that. Now, these are the questions that I want you to focus on for this assignment. But I'm also going to show you where these go on the Nebraska IEPs. I do not want you to use IEP forms for this assignment. You can answer the questions in either paragraph or listing form. So first of all, I'm going to show you the IEP form for Nebraska. And here it is. So let's take a look at each of the questions that I want you to answer and where you would find it on the Nebraska form if you were in the state of Nebraska. And also keep in mind that just like many other states, Nebraska has gone to a web-based IEP. And you will see these forms online. But for our purposes, let's just take a look at these questions. Okay, number one, does the student meet the verification guidelines for a disability under IDEA? Tell me which disability, if any, the student qualifies for. Tell me why this student qualifies. I want you to use numbers to explain to me why this student qualifies. And when you look at Burt Down, take a look at the scores. Take a look at the scores here for broad math, for example. And in this child's case, I want you to assume that he's on grade level in reading and in written language. So you know, for question number 3, how many paragraph prep you need to do for someone who only qualifies in one area, and I also need 1 goal and 2 benchmarks for this child. As far as number 2 is concerned, who should be on the IEP team? Talk about the members of the team that apply for this child. Don't worry about behavior. For question number 4, you already know how and what I'm looking for in the way of goals and objectives. Feel free to use my IEP goals document that you use for your testing assignments. Tell me if you think the student needs any assistive technology. Tell me what assessment accommodations this child needs. Be generous with the accommodations, but be really, I don't know if the word is stingy, but only use modifications if necessary. Okay? And not all testing areas need both. That's a clue. Tell me if you think this child needs any related services, such as speech, counseling, etc. Tell me if you think this child needs extended school year, and why this child needs extended school year. You can refer to the regression recoupment syndrome for this. What service does this child need? What services? How many hours a day? Inclusion services? Pull-out services? Tell me what you think. Look at these forms. This is the page, excuse me. There's the performance page that you would normally use. The transition page if the child is 16 or over, not in this case. Here are your goal pages. This is where one annual goal would go. These were the short-term benchmarks would go. The services, when they begin, what location, how often per day, how often per week, what related services. These are where the program modifications and accommodations go, and assistive technologies if you were using this form. Also, whether or not the student gets extended school year here, what accommodations and modifications. And in this case, you don't have to worry about transportation. Well, I've just given you some ideas on how to complete this assignment. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this helps.